Hi Ankit, how are you?
Good afternoon, sir. I am good.
Okay. Can you tell us something about yourself?
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to tell me about myself. I am Ankit Adarsh Behra from Odisha. I had completed my BTech from Centurion University and Technology Bhubaneswar in 2018
Mm-hmm.
with computer science and engineering.
Great.
Then I have 1 year of work experience in hardware.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Doing that, I want to switch my career to software.
Okay.
That's why I'm doing training in software testing
Mhm.
with and automation in my MindQ system, Hyderabad.
Okay. Great. Great. So you want to switch your career from hardware to software testing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And how many years of experience you have in hardware?
I have 1 year of experience
Okay. Why are you looking for a change in the career? Why are you looking for a change in software testing field?
because in hardware there is no promotion to the higher post or and you didn't got any extra knowledge in
Mm-hmm.
hardware.
Okay.
Hardware is a kind of means compact knowledge means there is no you you will not get any opportunity to learn more things.
Mm-hmm.
But in software there is as well as good packages are there, and you got to learn more things.
Right. Any other reason? So one reason is for better prospects, you want to switch your career, right?
Yes.
Any other reason apart from this?
Uh, in software, you daily got new things to learn. Means software is a vast course.
Correct, correct. Then any other reason?
And I always want to be a software engineer when I was studied in college.
Correct. So these are good reasons. Apart from this, you can also add that you are passionate about software testing. Whenever new softwares are coming into the market, you are
Yes, sir.
eager, you are having curiosity to use those softwares, explore those softwares, and do the testing and use them, right? So this is
Yes,
how
sir.
you can tell to the interviewer as well that you are having curiosity, you are passionate about software testing, right? A lot of passion is
Yes.
there that you can showcase. Okay, right. So can you tell me what is the difference between severity and priority?
Uh, Severity means the seriousness of the defect with respect to tester, and priority means uh, the seriousness of the defect with respect to the client. In
Okay.
severity, tester get a defect,
Hmm.
then it's gone under the severity. And if the client got a bug or if any features is not working, then it's gone under priority.
Hmm. Okay. See, whether you find a defect or client finds a defect, both
Yes,
both will be logging defects with respect to severity only. Okay.
yes,
Now in severity, the 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 major difference between the two is priority is defined as the order in which the developer should resolve a defect, right? Priority is again categorized into three types, whether it is a low defect, low priority, medium
yes,
priority, or it is high priority. If it is
yes,
high priority, then it needs to be fixed as soon as possible, right? Because it would be impacting the application. Now,
yes,
severity is defined as the degree of the impact that the defect, that what is the impact of that defect on the product, right? How is that defect impacting or affecting the product? That is severity. In severity, you
yes,
will have five categories. One is critical, one is major, one is moderate, one is minor, one is cosmetic, right?
yes,
But again, whenever you find a defect or client finds a defect, you would be definitely logging the severity and priority as well. But yes, priority is also decided sometimes in some departments, in some companies, in consultation with managers or clients or business analysts, right? For example, you might find a
Yes.
defect, it is critical, or it is a showstopper, or it is a major defect. But client might
Yes.
feel no, this priority can be kept as medium over here, right? So that
The
is
client
yeah,
means the client didn't know which type of defect it is.
correct. So what he will do, he will go through the defect that you have logged in the defect management tool. He will go through the steps. He will look at the scenario, right? And
Yes.
accordingly, you can take a decision. Okay. Okay. Now let me share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now you need to tell me high-level test scenarios these for this screen.
Uh, First, we check the page is ready or not. Then we check all the fields like mobile number, full name, username, password, and it's a test scenario.
Yeah, yeah. You need to tell me the high-level test scenarios.
Yes, sir. First, we check the Instagram page is working or not, means the link is. Then we check
Okay.
uh, all the sign in means the sign in component like mobile number, full name, username, and password. All the fields are correctly working or not.
Sorry. Okay. Then what else? So first scenario you told was that the link is working or not, right?
Yes, sir.
Then second scenario you are telling that the fields are accepting data or not, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What else?
Uh, mm, mm, Sir, login with Facebook is another module, sir. Login with uh, Login with Facebook is working or not?
Right. So this is a different functionality. This is a different button.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And if I have already registered in Instagram, then I try the login module is working or not.
Okay. What else?
Uh, that's all.
Fine. So the very first scenario, for this test cases, as you mentioned, you were looking for this URL will get launched or not. Second is
Yes,
you can also validate whether this Instagram,
yes,
this
sir.
logo or this kind of text is written properly or not, right? Because it would impact the company branding.
Yes, sir.
Then all the text that are written, right, like sign up to see photos and videos from your friends. This particular text is there, then this particular text is there, whether that is displayed properly or not.
Yes, sir.
These also you can include in your test cases or high level test scenarios, right? Then comes
Yes, sir.
your various
Okay.
fields. The various fields are there, like mobile number is there, full name is there,
Yes, sir.
username, password, whether these fields are accepting data or not, right?
Okay,
So
sir.
if they are accepting data, then alphanumeric characters.
Sir, but that things are gone under test cases.
Yeah, yeah. So see, test cases are nothing but those are subsets of test scenario, right? So
Yes,
whatever
sir.
high level test
Means
scenarios
it
you
is
have,
a description of,
yeah, yeah, Ankit, please go ahead.
sir, test cases are the description of test scenario.
Correct, correct. So what we are discussing over here are the high level test scenarios, right? For example,
Yes, sir.
I'm saying whether this fields are taking properly data or not for maybe
invalid data, sir.
correct, invalid data, valid data, alphanumeric characters, special characters, or only numeric, only alphabetic, right? In case
Yes,
of
sir.
test cases, what would happen? You will mention each and every test steps, you will mention test data, you will write expected result,
Yes,
you
sir.
will write actual result,
Actual
you
result.
mention test case
Yes.
ID. So those are end-to-end test cases. Those are detailed level of testing when you will do. In test scenarios, just mention the high level, what all things you will test, right? So
Yes,
which all things you are seeing on this screen, you would be referring that as for your testing. Okay.
yes, sir.
Then comes your sign up button, right? When you enter a proper data over here, let's say if I enter some random number and everything is entered properly over here, then whether your sign up button is getting enabled or it is getting clickable or not, then this particular
Yes,
text
sir.
is
Getting unlocked or not.
right. Then this privacy policy links, all these links are working or not, right? Those also you can
Yes,
mention. Then if you already have an account, then if you click on login button, so is that working, right? Are you able to
sir.
navigate to the proper screen? So those things also you can validate. Then apart from that, okay, coming to negative scenarios, right? For example, if mobile number or email address is already, that account is already created, then it won't allow you to sign up again with the same accounts. So those negative
Yes, sir.
testing you can do, right? Then you can try with mobile number, you can try with a password which is not proper, right?
We can try invalid password, sir.
Correct. Then you can also see this show hide is working properly or not, right? Then after these kind of test scenarios you are telling, then you can tell them about the non-functional scenarios as well. Whichever now we were discussing are functional testing scenarios.
Yes, sir.
You can also discuss about non-functional testing scenarios, like what would happen if multiple users are trying to sign up at the same particular time, right?
Yes, sir.
How will you do compatibility testing? How will you test this particular screen on various other browsers or on mobile devices, right? So those all things you have to add in your answer. Okay. Now, can you tell me the high level test scenarios for pen drive? How will you test a pen drive?
Uh, First, I check whether it is a pen drive is present or not, means pen drive is there or not. Then I connect it to the PC with the PC and check whether it is working or not. Then I connect with the Android, whether it is working or not. I used it with different devices and check whether it is then I check the company of the pen drive is present or not. Then I check all the features of pen drive by connecting it to a PC, whether the eject feature and copying data to the pen drive. Then check the capacity written on the pen drive, means like example like 16 GB, 8 GB, what type of it is. Then I check by saving data there and check the capacity whether it is up to that or not.
True, true. Very nice. Okay, what else?
Then I check some like I checked it 2 to 3 times. I check that whether it is crashes or whether it is working. After doing that, check the durability of the pen drive, sir.
Okay. What else?
That's all.
Okay, fine. So if this question is asked to you in a real-time interview, then what all things you have to answer is you can test the pen drive, right? Whichever test scenarios you were telling were very valid, right? You will be also
Yes, sir.
testing the pen drive's required memory is available or not for storage, like 2 GB pen drive, 4 GB, 8 GB, 16 GB. Nowadays, 32, 64 GB pen drives are also available, right? Then you
Yes,
will be validating whether if the LED is there in the pen drive, so those are uh, getting turned on, right? LED is working fine. Whether all format files it can store, text file, PNG, JPG, Excel,
yes,
everything it can be stored, right? Then if you are connecting it with the PC, so you can disconnect it from PC easily or not, or it is giving some error over there, right? Similarly, I think you mentioned about the mobile phone also, right? So that is also good,
yes,
right? Then all the written data, that is whatever the data you have stored in it, that should not get corrupted, that should be easily retrieved, right? It should be
yes,
erasable, it should be reusable, right? Then you will be testing that the pen drive is the size of the pen drive is compact, right? Then there would be some company or some logo that would be drawn on that pen drive, so whether that is displayed properly or not,
yes.
right? So I think these are good test scenarios.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, what do you know about automation testing? What do you know about Selenium?
Uh, I know only the basics, sir. Means it's
Okay.
only started.
Okay. You have recently started on Selenium. Okay, fine.
Means like opening web browser
Hmm.
by writing code
Okay.
and uh, like locators
Hmm.
and about the web drivers,
Hmm.
how we can install and connect the web drivers with the different kind of browser.
Hmm.
That's all. I mean,
Okay. Fine. So we'll focus on manual testing for now. Okay.
yes,
Okay. Now let's say you have been given some application or functionality for testing. When actually should we stop testing? At what point or at what you know situation you will stop testing? What are the criteria for, or I would say what are the exit criteria to stop testing?
yes, sir.
Hmm.
Uh, before testing, we always we got the test scenario and test case.
Hmm.
So check all the functionality, and there is no functionality left in the application. So we stop testing, and also exhaustive testing is also impossible. And if the application crashes in between the testing, then we can also stop the testing. And uh, if if any dependent functionality is not working, then we can also stop the testing, because if two of the modules are linked with one another, then without testing the previous module, we can't go further. Means if the login page is not working, then we can't go. Means cannot go to the home page. So at that time, we have to stop the testing.
Hmm. Okay. Now, in the beginning, whenever you get some application or functionality or feature to test, definitely you
Yes.
will get more defects. You might get some showstopper, you might get some critical defect, and you might get some blocker issue as well, because of which you are not able to proceed further, right? So,
Yes.
what are those things? So those are iterations. So in the first iteration, you will be getting a lot of defects, would get fixed, it would come again. Again, the second iteration, you will do perform testing, right?
Yes.
So after some repetition, you need to decide when should we actually stop the testing of the application, right? There will be some particular day, there will be some particular moment, there will be some particular time when the application would have got stable, right? But how will
Yes,
you
sir.
get that confidence? Okay, now testing is done. Now I don't need to test anything on this, right? So in those exit criteria, what you can mention is um, when the bugs that you had defined, there are no critical, no blocker, no major defects as of now. The defects that are logged and are open are only minor or normal defects, right? So
Yes.
then you can, this is one of the parameter for exit criteria for stopping the testing, right? And the
Yes, sir.
another thing is when you feel that all your test cycles, all your test cases have been covered, right? the especially the critical ones which are touching the business requirements, those are covered, then also you can stop the testing, right?
Okay, sir.
Because when you would have started this testing, you would have created some test plan, in that you would have kept some scope, like for
Yes, sir.
this much percentage of the test cases should get passed, else we cannot stop the testing, right? So those kind of percentage of testing is done, then only you can stop the testing.
We have all the also have requirements when we are doing testing.
Yes, yes.
And
So all requirements
part
are
about
covered, then also you can
yes, sir.
stop the testing. Okay. Can you give me a overview of defect life cycle? Which are the different stages of defect life cycle? And yeah,
Defect cycle is also called as bug life cycle.
correct,
It
correct.
is a part of sdlc life cycle.
True.
Whenever tester found any defect, then it send it to the developer. Developer the defect, whether it is already fixed, whether it is duplicate, whether it is deferred, or whether it is already placed. So if the defect is new, then developer start the code fixing, and after the code is fixed, it again sent to the tester. And if the defect is duplicate, then the developer did not accept the defect, and then it again go to the tester, and tester check the defect whether it is already fixed or not. And if the defect is fixed, then the status is closed, and if the defect is not fixed, then it again sent it to the developer.
True, true. Okay. And at the end, if it is fixed, then it will get closed by the tester.
Yes, sir. And if
Or
it
if
is
it not,
duplicate,
yeah, if
then
it
the defect is defect is not accepted by the developer.
correct, correct. And if it is not working still, once you receive that bug in testing, if it is not yet working, then you can also reopen that defect.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So Ankit, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions
Okay,
for
sir.
me?
Sir, means uh, there are different kind of testing, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Means, like many kind of testing are there.
Correct.
So, so interviewer asks about that kind of testing, sir.
Mm-hmm. Right. See, those are theoretical kind of questions you might get, you might not get. But
Yes, sir.
the real time, the scenario based questions that we conducted in the interview today, you need to prepare for those, right? Because definitely you will be getting some application and they will ask you to tell some high level test scenarios. In those, while you are
Yes, sir.
telling those test scenarios, you can cover all those types of testing. Then those questions also will not come, like what is performance testing, what is load testing, what is stress testing, what is compatibility testing,
Yes, sir.
or what is
Okay,
functional
sir.
testing, what is non. So you can tell the scenarios based on the types of testing. So they will get more idea. Okay,
Okay,
he's
sir.
having good knowledge about not only types of testing, the theoretical, but he's also able, he also knows how to implement them, right? So
Okay,
those
sir.
are
Okay.
things you can do.
Got that. Yes.
Okay, Ankit, all the best for your career. And thank you so
Thank
much
you, sir.
for coming today. Yeah. So
Okay.
let us know once you get a job, right? We will be happy to cover your success story as well.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Yeah.
If I got any job, then
Mhm.
share
Sure.
with you.
Yeah.
And
And
it very
I'm
nice
sure
to
you
meet
will.
you.
Yeah, I'm sure you will get a job very soon. Right? You have got good knowledge. It is just
Yes.
that you have to think from the practical perspective. You have to apply those concepts of testing to the real time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ankit, and all the
Okay, sir.
best for your career.
Thank you.